My Coke Zero.
All right. Welcome back to the Run.down post-game show here on the Strickland YouTube channel. If you're listening to this the day after the Strickland podcast network, I am joined by Schwinn, Tyrese, and first-time guest on the post-game, Colin. Knicks lose in overtime, 134 to 128. Oh boy, man, this was a rough one. I mean, you have the adrenaline rolling of the team pulling off a comeback for feels like the first time ever. And it looks like we're about to win the game. Jalen Brunson's having an absolute masterclass performance offensively. Hits a floater, put us up 3. And then here we go, going the other way. Clippers missed some shots. We have a chance to rebound, including one RJ Barrett who did not grab a rebound. And Nicholas Batum hits a game-tying 3 at the buzzer to, basically seal our fate. Because at that point, this team was going to fold.
It's actually RJ's fault that we didn't foul in that situation too. That was on RJ in the time. Like he dictates the strategy for the team. So he told the team like, "Hey guys, make sure we don't foul in this situation at all, even though we're up 3. Also, I'm not going to rebound." So that was like a collective decision they made that RJ would not rebound. But also the team would not foul in that situation. So it's
like Tibbs and RJ doing the Wonder Twins thing.
Yeah, it's no. Tibbs is just he's a bystander to all of this. It's Coach Barrett. Coach Barrett is the one dictating everything here. Like I love when a guy is on a heater and then you just start isoing Julius for no apparent reason. Like that's always like a really fun thing that happens. I also really love when like a team maybe goes 5 out to start overtime and you just don't adjust at all. That's always really fun. We played 53 minutes tonight. When is the last time we didn't have a center on the floor? Like, honestly, I'm this question. Like, when is the last time this team played a fucking minute, a second of NBA basketball without a fucking center on the floor? Like, we can sit here and I'll shit on RJ tonight because to me, this is honestly the worst game of his career to me because it's not a situation where they're playing like a team that he didn't get up for this team. He was definitely like up for this matchup. It's Kawhi, it's Paul George. Like you're playing the Clippers. This is like a big time matchup, right? This is not a situation like that. This isn't him coming right off an injury. This isn't him in the middle of like some extended shooting slump or one of these weird stretches he has. This is not any of those things. And for him to play the way he did tonight is genuinely embarrassing and pathetic. But what's even more embarrassing and pathetic is
the
for
coach
the head
that kept
coach
him on the court.
He played him 42 fucking minutes in regulation.
It's insane.
40 minutes. Sorry. 40. Sorry. Just 40. He played him 18 straight minutes to start the first half.
It's insane. I just don't understand it. Like, especially when Emmanuel Quickly was having as great of a game as he was playing. Literally,
I don't think Quick was that great tonight. I thought Quick was just like fighting. Like he was more.
I thought he was better. I mean, he was great compared to what RJ was producing on the court today. Like, honestly,
I'm going to shut up. 7 from deep, 0 for 7 in the game before he hit the one big one.
Yeah.
Like, how does he even get to 0 and 7?
Yeah.
I understand. Like Tibbs lets Julius do that bullshit, but. Come on,
you know what? To Julius's credit, one, I thought Julius actually played a really good game tonight.
I do too. I thought Julius.
Yeah, and I know he had stupid turnovers, and that's frustrating. But like if you're gonna run this much usage through Julius, you just have to live with some of those turnovers. But I thought he played a really good game tonight. I thought his defense was really good. I thought he was competitive. I thought he got, unlike one number 9, he got a bunch of contested rebounds. But like. I thought Randall was really good. I thought Brunson was obviously very good. I thought everybody other than RJ to some extent at least fought and battled and played at a level that I was like fine with. And I don't know what the hell Tyler was doing at the end of the fourth quarter. Because...
Schwinn.
Good.
You froze.
We win. We won.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
Sorry. No, I was just... Yeah, my bad. Sorry, go ahead. I don't want to interrupt. My bad.
No, please.
No, all I was going to like the end of the fourth quarter, I don't know what Ty Lue was doing because he left Zubac in the entire time, which allowed us to keep Hartenstein in and have him be effective. And then it's like the overtime started and he was like, oh, yeah, you know what? This is really stupid. I should just play 5 out. And Tibbs was like, "Oh my God, what am I supposed to do? I can't change anything right now." It's just ridiculous to watch. Like, I love Ty Lue. He's one of the best coaches in the NBA to me, but like that was an insane miscalculation on his part. He got bailed out because Batum hit that three. But man, like between RJ and Tibbs tonight, this is just absolute horrendous game to lose in the sense of like they were about to win a game they had no business winning. They had absolutely no business winning this game. And Lou being randomly an idiot, like almost bailed them out. And even then, in that situation, they couldn't get it done. And there's I want to say the biggest reason they lost that game is RJ. Okay, no question about it. His overall play. And then like I tweeted just out something like, man, RJ has to get that rebound. And there are people like, well, what do you want him to do? Kawhi tipped it first. And I'm like, I want him to get the fucking rebound first. That's what I fucking want him to do. How is that hard? Like, what do you want him to do there? I don't know. Go get the fucking rebound over the guy who doesn't have knees anymore. Is that too much to ask for? Jesus fucking Christ. Like, what are we talking about here? I want RJ. He's 22 years old. That jump on overtime. Did he jump? Did he jump on that? Did he like move?
No.
Because it just, to me, look, he looked like he got like, I think I might honestly, off a standstill 2-foot vert, this fucking fat ass 5'8" Indian might have a better vert than RJ. That shit was fucking embarrassing to watch. I could not believe that. It looked like
specific interaction. RJ has to get that board there. Schweik on Twitter. I mean, Kawhi tipped it. I don't know what you want him to do. Crying emoji. Schwinn. I want him to grab a contested rebound.
Or at the very least, fucking battle for even if you miss it. Like, act like you give a shit. He doesn't give a shit this year.
We're gonna send him home. That's the good news. But
like, you've got the RJ. So RJ is terrible, but you cannot, like, I'm sorry. These people will like sit around and be like, well, Tibbs can't control this, Tibbs can't control that, Tibbs can't. He doesn't control the things he can control. Did anybody, honestly, can I ask you a question? He called the timeout. What was it? Like, it was like we had the ball with like 1:40 left, down 6 in overtime. He calls a timeout or whatever the fuck it was. Honest question. Did any of you think that we were going to get a clean shot out of that timeout?
Hell no.
Like, it's the same.
The entire idea is we're going to miss the first shot because it's going to be so fucked, and then maybe we'll get one off the second chance shot.
It's always some BS where like it's like one of them dribbling into a crowd where they have to like make some contested shot, or like they have to pass out at the last section where someone gets an equally atrocious look.
It's the same exact inbounds play they run all the time. They don't set screens on the inbounds play. They line up in a stack. They don't set screens. Then either Randall or RJ or Brunson will check to the inbounder, and they'll just stand there with their hand up. And then it's like, then people will blame the inbounder. And I'm like, how do you blame the inbounder there? They have to make some like fuck. Like people are like, oh, like the last game against Miami, people are like, oh, a terrible pass. Yeah, he made a terrible pass. Guess what? His one option on the play was to throw it to fucking Randall with Bam Adebayo on him. Like, this is not like a good option. Like, you're allowed to fucking do something else. And the thing that bothers me about that is like, that's an offense possession. Like, you need a bucket there, right? He values offensive rebounding to such a detrimental degree that he's still got Hartenstein on the floor in that situation. Like, I'll never comprehend it. He's such a mind-boggling coach to me in his rigidity. And like this, like there's anybody that tells you that OB has to do X, Y, or Z thing better to earn more minutes. All of them, I want them to do me a favor. They can fucking suck my dick is what they can do, because they're fucking full of shit and they have no idea what they're watching. Like, there's nothing he can do to earn more minutes. Oh, he has to shoot better from 3. Did it. Oh, he's got to rebound better. He's done that. He can't do anything to earn more minutes. So these people that will justify Tibbs' bullshit, he's not playing more because of this reason, this fucking, he's not this thing, he's not that thing. You all need to fucking get your tongue out of Tibbs' asshole. Okay, that's what you need to do. It is a fucking joke. He played 12 minutes tonight. You want to know what he did in those 12 minutes? He scored more fucking points than Isaiah Hartenstein and Jericho Sims did combined. Like, give me a fucking break with this shit. I'm so over Tibbs. I hate even like tweeting about this guy because as soon as you tweet about him, you
His
get these 5
minions
fucking
appear.
assholes in your mentions that'll be like, oh, Tibbs, he brought us back to respectability. He did this. Look at how he developed the talent. And I'm like, do you think he fucking does all this shit by himself? He develops all the talent. He fucking, what is he? He's doing the workouts for fucking Quickly and Randall and RJ and all these guys in the offseason. Look at him. He weighs 600 pounds. He's not doing any fucking workouts in the offseason.
Everyone else just shows up 10 minutes before tip-off, and they're like, so, coach, what's the plan? And that's it.
It's a fucking joke. And then, but then when we blow 20-point leads and we fucking suck ass out of like every single late game situation, that's not his fault. Right. No, that's the players. Oh, he doesn't have the talent. Oh, he doesn't have fucking prime Michael Jordan as team. We can't judge him until that happens. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Like everybody that believes that, just go fuck yourself. I hate you, and I hope you know that.
Tibbs' message after the game is that we were 1 rebound away. Just one.
I mean,
he's like 1 donut away from a fucking heart attack.
Literally. I've also Jericho was very uninspiring tonight.
He's been fucking inspired for the last 2 weeks.
I don't know if like we started to buy in because of the lack for a better option, just kind of inflated the way we viewed him, but he was not good at all. And I hate to like criticize him against somebody like Zubats, but he was really bad tonight.
I mean, like he's the 3rd string center. How much more do you expect for your 3rd string center?
I mean, that's just what he's going to be. Yeah, I think there was a world where we thought he could be a backup at one point, though. And
there was definitely. I mean, last year's stretch was much more encouraging.
Yeah.
Especially like in the season stretch.
Yeah, but like, he's just
hops. Looks encouraging.
It's not good.
The hops are like allspice, though, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Like, Jared Vanderbilt, we move. He's coming home.
Yeah, I mean, we should trade a protected first for Jared Vanderbilt. That way, that it's always good to trade a protected first for a guy to play fucking,
See the thing. Minutes. See the thing is with all these guys that like everyone wants the Knicks to acquire. It's like, all right, I understand where you're coming from, but like I also understand like the coach is like an idiot and won't know how to utilize these guys to their best of their abilities at all. So it's like, what's the fucking point of getting good players? I mean, basically. It's like, what's the point of getting good players if the coach is not going to really utilize them to their best of their ability?
Well, as long as they're older than 30, then he'll definitely use them. So we just have to make sure. Schwinn, would you rather trade a protected first or RJ for Jared Vanderbilt?
No, see, this is my thing though. It's like I'm still not I think it's still. I am so frustrated with RJ this year, fed up, like beyond belief. Like I can't.
Will you ever reach Tyrese level?
No, I mean Tyrese level is just like forever hate. Like he's always hated him. He doesn't like him. That's just a fact. He there's nothing he could ever do other than
and
like
yet I become more and more right. Continue.
I don't know if you have. Like I just think you're just wearing
Tyrese, do you want to speak on your tweet today, by the way? Because I know you wanted to. So I'm gonna give Tyrese the floor. He had a tweet today.
Okay, fine. All right. So I said that I don't even remember what I said exactly. Something like
you basically were like Tibbs is God, and
no, I said RJ Barrett's a better machine than the Tibbs. I'm right, by the way.
No, you're not.
Okay.
This is the argument that you walked in on us having before the stream.
Okay, all right. Will we say that RJ Barrett is important to the Knicks' future, either as salary or as a star?
Sorry, say it again.
Is RJ Barrett important to the Knicks' future as salary or as a star?
I mean, it doesn't matter. Either one, he's important to.
Okay, exactly. Has RJ Barrett been disappointing this year?
Yes, but I'm way less on the RJ's been disappointing meme, whatever narrative than other people are.
Okay, but at the same time, though, he's regressed defensively significantly. He's improved inside the arc, but like he still can't fucking process the court in his year 4.
Yeah, I don't actually think that's true, and I think that
he can't pass out of drives since year 4.
I think he can pass out of drives.
He can. It's like
he can.
Does he want to?
He can.
But he's wired to not pass out of drives.
Okay, but like
no one's saying he can't physically move his hands to pass the ball.
Okay,
but he's just not.
I don't think you can divorce Tibbs from this. Like again, this is the prime example of it because this is a player I think.
It's always at the perfect moment.
Anyway, back to what I was saying.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
Okay, he's back.
No, we all hate Elfrid Payton, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Elfrid Payton.
How much of that was Tibbs, though? Let's be honest.
Okay, this is my point. Bless Elfrid Payton's heart. He sucked at shooting. He sucked at scoring efficiently. He sucked so hard at these things. He sucked at those things for his entire career. Do you know the one thing he was always very good at? He was like a pretty good passer. He was a pretty good passer. He played 1 year under Tibbs. He had the lowest assist percentage of his career. Like, we as a team consistently have a low assist percentage. When you ask Tibbs after games, when he gets asked, what did you think of this? Like, what did RJ need to do better, or what did he do well, or Randall, or any of these guys? He'd be like, oh, if they had a bad game back to the ball, he'd be like, oh, we tell them they gotta make the right rim read and spray it out to shooters. If they have a good game, oh, I like that he made the right read and sprayed it out to shooters. Like, he wants these guys to drive to the rim. That's the primary objective for any player. This is why you see quickly now he has developed this penchant for pump faking and driving when he should just fucking shoot the ball. This is why Grimes has developed a penchant for pump faking and driving at the ball. All these guys, like, if the entire fucking team is developing similar penchants, aside from Obi, because Obi has to shoot threes to be on the floor. Obi has to shoot threes.
It's so insane.
Yeah, he has to shoot insane. But if everybody else, if your team collectively over 3 years has the same exact profile of a low assist team that drives to the rim a shit ton, that is about coaching. And to me, the fact that RJ has made no progress as a facilitator on driving kicks is about coaching. Is that also on RJ? Yes, no question about it. But you can't tell me that RJ hasn't got better at things, because RJ is better at finishing
coaching.
Again, I'm not saying
leans into
Sorry, hold on.
of certain
I'm
players.
not saying you are not crediting him for those things. My point is, if he has made those micro developments, right? The one thing that I think is about coaching, like making shots, improving your touch on the rim, shots, like I think a lot of that is just on the player, which is why, like, when Julius got better again this year, like, I don't think Tibbs deserves credit for that. Like, to me, Julius is better this year because Julius, one, he admittedly got a set out of his ass, and two is just like
Johnny Bryant.
Yeah, he's
for Julius, coach. Johnny Bryant. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And all, but Johnny Bryant gave him all Johnny Bryant did was open his mindset to, you were being a gigantic fucking asshole last year.
You mean he held him accountable? That's all Julius wants in a coach.
Right. But the work, the actual work, all that credit goes to Randall, right? Like that doesn't go to Tibbs. That doesn't go to Bryant. That goes to Randall. But my God, I'm fucking cut. Did I cut? I must have cut out again.
You're still talking about your face is frozen.
RJ, but RJ. So RJ's thing, right, is that he's gotten better at these micro skills. Does that make him a better player today than he was a year ago, 2 years ago? No, it doesn't. It makes him have more tools in his toolbox. But like the specific thing about passing, I think that is on Tibbs, because they're like Brunson. You see with Brunson, he'll get into the paint. And I'll see times where he actually is trying to look to find somebody, but like it's so easy to defend us because nobody's moving off the ball. So like unless you randomly get somebody to collapse, there's not some open kick out pass for you to throw. And look, RJ needs to be better with that. I've been harping on this since like last year, and I've been killing him for it all this year. So I'm not against you on that. I agree with you on that, but I don't think Tibbs is like not part of that problem. And that's not just with RJ, that's with the entire team. Quickly's got the lowest assist percentage of his career. Like how is it that these guys are like, I think Quickly's a better passer than he was as a rookie, but he's got a lower assist percentage now. Like, I'm sorry. At some point, you have to look at like the system you're running and what the coach wants, and you got to be objective about it. And I just fundamentally, like, at this point, I don't really blame any of these guys for not passing, because I just think it's like part of what Tibbs wants, and it's like a trickle down effect of his ethos of like, let's just be the fucking, we're like a battering ram trying to knock down the fucking walls here of Minas Tirith.
Oh man! All right.
He quickly has a higher assist percentage than he did his rookie season.
Did he? How much? It's like very minimal, though, right?
0.08.
Yeah.
Small games. Let's fucking go.
No.
All right.
I was honestly surprised we pulled off the comeback because of how many times Brunson got into the paint and started looking around, and there literally was nobody. I kept waiting for him to get a travel call because he kept fucking shuffling around down there. That's a good point. They just don't move.
Yeah, I mean,
I
that's what you get with this team.
I agree, but at the same time, I'm just like I'm in a bit off the bandwagon this year too, so like, who cares? But like, my thing has just always been, I agree that Tibbs exacerbates his issues, but at the same time, these issues have been prevalent since like Montverde. Like, if you watch the prospect RJ Barrett, it was basically his processing speed is really slow. He doesn't pass out of drives. He wants to be the hero. We saw him play with fucking Zion Williamson, and he thought he was the number one option. Like, at some point, the player, if he has a history of being really bad at these things, and you see minimal developments at being good at those things across his career, like, yeah, I will blame Tibbs for like him not progressing in those areas faster, but it's also like on him. And that's gotta be my point where it's like, I saw RJ Barrett at Duke. I watched RJ Barrett AAU tape. I've seen RJ Barrett in like FIBA games and stuff like that. And it just kind of feels like it's the same issue of like, he just plays one style of basketball. And realistically speaking, he himself is like, I want to be a 20-point per game scorer. Like, he came out with a whole athletic article and he was like, I worked with my trainer, Drew Hanlon. It's time to stop effing around, be 20 PPG. Like, the guy wants to score. He wants to score to a fault, and that's been his wiring since he's been fucking 11 years old, built up in the fucking labs of Canada. Like,
but he's just going about it the completely wrong way for the team as we're designed right now. And that's the frustrating part, because when he drives,
isn't
that about coaching though? Like, you're saying,
yes,
if he's wired some way, like, coaching isn't about like a good coach, right? Yes, you have to respect like players. You have to kind of cater to their talent. You have to shape things around them. But if you want, like, if you can't get, like, RJ Barrett is a, what Tibbs got him when he was he 19 or 20 then, right? He's 20?
20.
So. Yeah. 20. If you can't take a 20-year-old, this is like the best opportunity you're ever going to have of molding a player, right? Like, if you can't get them out of a mindset like that, then what the fuck? And you can't tell me that Tibbs is like Tibbs loves that about him. Tibbs probably loves that about him, that he's single-minded, that he drives to the rim consistently, and he gets shots up the rim. But that's my point. Like a different to me, I don't know. We there's no way to prove this, right? Because you can't prove something that hasn't happened. But like, if you give RJ Barrett to I'm not gonna say Popovich because that's great. Give him to Steve Kerr, right? Steve Kerr got Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins was similarly a black
NBA champion.
Yeah, Andrew Wiggins was similarly a black hole, notoriously shitty rebounder for the size of wing and athlete he was, notoriously garbage passer, notoriously inefficient scorer, notoriously lazy, didn't care about winning. All of a sudden, he goes to Golden State, and now he's a cog in this fucking championship machine, and he's buying in, and he's doing like. I'm sorry, you can't tell me that none of this, like, that it's all like RJ is just like organizations have to develop players. And yes, is there evidence that this organization is able to develop players better than past Knicks front offices? Absolutely. We know this. Like, Quickly is the best example of this. I think Grimes is also an example of this.
Yeah.
Mitch is arguably an example of this. Although that's a little bit different because he's just like a lot better at the things he was already.
That was like more fundamentals. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, but like, to me, RJ's just like he's been in a really weird situation for most of his career until this year. This is the first year where he's actually had good spacing, and a little bit harsh to just be like, he doesn't pass enough out of drives. He doesn't like the defense stuff. I'm totally fine. Anybody that wants to kill him for that, go for it. I have no problem with that. He deserves that. Yeah, kill him for the defense, kill him for the rebounding. But the passing out of drive stuff, to me, that's like, you played this guy with Elfrid Payton for an entire year, and you're trying to tell me about making the right reads out of drives. Like, he played with fucking Alec Burks' corpse, who couldn't like move and was asked to play point guard last year for half the time. Like,
take the pressure off of Randall.
Yeah, also that. Like, and then you play him only with fives who don't ever space the floor, who do nothing but roll to the rim or stand in the dunker spot to get offensive rebounding position. Like, it's a little bit extreme to me to be like, he's never gonna get better at passing. This is what he is. I don't believe that. I think higher usage players, especially ones that aren't like, let's be real, RJ isn't he didn't come in as like and from day one was like a star, right? And he's not a star yet, or maybe he never will be one. I don't know, but like you look at a guy like Jason Tatum. You don't know what Celtics fans are saying about Jason Tatum. Forget like the previous years. Just last year, midway through the season, about Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They're saying the same. He can't pass. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't build. I don't know if RJ is going to make the same leap as those guys did in terms of just being better playmakers. But like, I think it's a little bit. I think it's rash to say that this is what he is as a playmaker. I think there's so much easy shit for him to lean into, and I fundamentally and I strongly believe this about him, and I believe this about a lot of guys in this team. We need to see them under a different coach after the season. I really think that's like you got to see what these guys are capable of, not just with a different coach, but a coach that's willing to put them in a different system and less stagnant offensive system and tinker more and play 5 out and try different things. Because all we have seen for 3 years is a team that plays one way all the time. They don't play any different way. They don't play. They play with a center. That center sets the screen. Then he rolls to the rim. And then if he doesn't get the lob, he stands in the dunker position. And if the point guard or whoever the ball handler is that ran the ball screen doesn't get a shot up, then he kicks it out to somebody else off a standstill. And they have to try to do like we've seen the same exact context for 3 years. We have got to see, because we've upgraded the talent level across the board, in my opinion. We have got to see what these guys can do under a different coach after this year.
Yeah. On a more positive note, I do want to highlight some positives from this game, because we did start off straight off the bat with negatives, but there were some positives in this game. For one, the non-all-star Jalen Brunson, who absolutely should have been an all-star, got nastily snubbed. Finished the game with 41 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists on 14 of 19 shooting, which is absolutely insane. 5 of 7 from 3. 8 of 10 from the free throw line, just an absolute offensive masterclass. Almost won us the game completely. But yeah, I mean, Jalen Brunson should have been an all-star. Still a chance. I mean, who knows who gets injured from now till the all-star game, and he can easily take their spot, I think. But yeah, he had such an amazing game. I just wanted to really highlight that. And he continues to be the best, or one of the best offensive players on this team. What is this? His 12th 30-point game of the year, I believe it is.
Yeah.
And his second 40-point game of the year. So absolutely insane. Best offseason acquisition by far. Best offseason acquisition as a Knick since like God knows.
Julius Randle.
Jesus Christ.
Like, are we even arguing? It's just Julius Randle. Like,
all right. To table him for 1 second, they just asked Brunson about being snubbed in the postgame.
Oh, what did he say?
He said, my reaction was, for Julius, I was very happy for him. The way he's been playing all year, it's a testament to how he's welcomed me with open arms and how he's leading this team. He said, for myself, I can control what I can control, and that's something I can't. So that's my mindset.
Good mindset to have.
We'll take it. He usually says the right thing. He also said, it sucks point blank when they asked him about the fourth quarter comeback and then losing the game. So
it definitely does suck. And how does he think us fans feel watching this shit every night?
Yeah. He should stop being so selfish and think about us for a second. All right.
I mean, just thinking about how we have to play the Sixers tomorrow, and it's going to be a freaking.
How many minutes does RJ play tomorrow? This is what I wanted to talk
about. Free throw fest.
How many minutes for RJ tomorrow? 45.
Can we just trade Obi Toppin for the trade deadline so that he can get like a year and a half with his new team instead of 1? Because what we're doing with this guy is so fucking
you don't care about Obi. You just want your mentions to be clean.
No, I honestly what we're doing with this guy is so criminal. Like, he shot 2 or 3 again tonight from 3. Like, this is like, Tibbs doesn't have shooters.
He only had 1 board, Schwinn. Come on,
second best shooter. Fuck.
Come on, Schwinn. He only had 1 board. He has to get better at rebounding. Come on.
I'm always look. Defensive rebounding is like probably my biggest pet peeve with any player. Like, any player, it doesn't matter what position. If you're a bad defensive rebounder, it fucking grinds my gears. Like, it's one of the reasons I think Jalen Brunson, awesome, worth his contract and more, worth more than his contract easily. Probably should have been an all-star. And tonight he actually did get some defensive rebounds, so thank God for that. But he is so fucking bad at rebounding. Like, and this is not just like he's small. Like, he just has no awareness on the boards half the time. But man, Obi tonight, yeah, he had one defensive rebound. I would challenge anybody to find a single possession where if we did give up an offensive rebound with him on the floor, it was his fault. He did his job. He was fine tonight. He was more than fine tonight. He should have gotten more minutes. What this coach does to him is an absolute joke. And the fact that the franchise is allowing a coach to play their 8th overall pick 12 minutes. He's playing basically less minutes than he did as a rookie at this point, or the same amount of minutes as he did as a rookie at this point. The fact that we're allowing that in year 3 when he's obviously improved is embarrassing.
The conditioning thing, man. He has to get his conditioning back.
Yeah, he's got to get his conditioning back.
I mean, honestly, just like split him's minutes in half and split them between Toppin and even Deuce tonight. I mean, like Deuce had another solid good game.
Deuce should have played more. He pulled Deuce in the first half after they had like cut the lead to 6 or something like that with the bench on the floor. And Deuce was obviously a big part of that. And I think he hit a 3 in the corner. He had another pull-up shot. I don't know what the hell. Yeah. He played well though. But like, his rotations are set in stone. They're pre-decided. And
48 tonight was so predictable because Brunson was back.
And they're so predictable that you lost a beer bet to me.
Yeah, I did.
So if anybody wants to know, Colin in our lively game chat said, "No way RJ comes back into the game." What was that? The start of the 4th?
No, it was like 8 or 9 minutes.
Yeah, 8 or 9 minutes left in the 4th.
It was healthy. I jumped the gun.
Yeah, and I immediately was like, "I will bet you a beer that RJ is 100%
one Bud Heavy." It was a weird choice, but he said, "I'll bet you one Bud Heavy."
Yeah, I was like, you know what? The only beer I could bet here is a Bud Heavy, a nice classic American lager.
Right. To my defense, he brought RJ back in, and RJ damn near lost us the game.
No, and like to Tibbs' credit, like the Hartenstein thing didn't. Well, he made the right call keeping Hartenstein in because, like, the fact that Lou left Zubac on made it viable. So, I would have still gone small. Maybe that would have worked. Who the fuck knows? But his choice worked.
But that's the reason why you do it, to see if it does work. And that's what the coach doesn't understand, which is so frustrating.
The coach that Tyrese loves.
Coach that I love, by the way.
This is the new narrative we're running with Tyrese. You should never tweeted anything positive about Thibs in any regard.
I like this. I was gonna be mean and quote tweet your original one, but then I was like, I'll just respond to Stacy quote tweeting you because you probably I saw you already had like 10 quotes on that. I was like, man, this guy's just out here fighting battles.
I had to jump in. I
know. I saw Sam. I'm like, fuck you. It's like of all the people, I gotta say what is Hubert. You.
I was wondering. Stacey had a good one tonight, and he has a good one every night. But he says,
Stacey's been on fire lately. By the way,
it's been incredible.
He's absolutely lost his shit at the refs on the timeline. By the way,
it's the Eagles making the Super Bowl. He says
at Stacey Patton 89. Tech workers got laid off, but NBA refs can literally shoot someone in the face on 5th Avenue with 0 consequences. I'm not saying he's right or he's wrong.
He's right. Dude, some of those I really didn't think tonight the Knicks lost because of the refs or anything like that, but some of those calls were just fucking ridiculous, man.
But then
the overtime calls were brutal because it felt like every little touch they were getting called for.
So every little touch you get this feeling.
What was the plus minus plus? That's what I want to know.
His plus minus. Clyde learning about plus minus.
Who told him to start saying that shit? There's no way. He must have just read it one day and was like, huh. And then just started saying it on set without any warning. And they're like, what the fuck is Clyde doing?
It's the funniest is when he's like, the whole team, Mike, is a plus minus.
We said that today about the starting lineup.
Yeah.
He was bench putting him back in this one, Mike, because the whole starting lineup plus minus.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's get into the ad read before we head into some comments because we do got some comments to read. NBA fans, it's time to bring the hoops action to the palm of your hands with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. This week, new customers can bet $5 and win $200 in free bets instantly. Plus, for a limited time, all new and existing customers can get a no-sweat same-game parlay every day. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app today, opt in, and place a same-game parlay on any NBA game. And if it doesn't hit, you'll get a free bet back. Download the app now and sign up with code TBPN, as you see in the corner of your screen there. New customers can bet $5 on the NBA and get $200 in free bets instantly. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, with code TBPN. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void in Ohio. See show notes or show description for details. Sorry, Ohio people, you don't get free bets.
You got that one ring with LeBron. That's enough.
No, we don't need to apologize to the state of Ohio. What the state of Ohio can do, if anybody from the state of Ohio is watching this, you can go fuck yourself. Because
right?
you lost to University of Michigan 2 years in a row, and you guys suck ass.
Oh.
And everybody in your school is probably fucking their cousin. So go fuck
yourself. Sam, did you have any more of that ad read?
No, that was it. Let's get into some comments. Chris Bernhardt says, if the only way we can get a defensive rebound is due to one player, then there's something wrong here with the system/coach. But according to Tyrese, it's only a certain player who's the issue.
Oh!
This narrative is gonna be really annoying. Anyway,
Bernard owns you,
dude. I'm fucking sorry, man. I don't give. Canadian captain shoe can fucking get a rebound, man. I don't give a fuck.
It's three of them, though. To me, it's three of them. I think RJ, Randall, and I mean, to me, I'll be really. I genuinely want to say this though. I think Randall over the course of the year has been a problem with defensive rebounding. I think over the last I don't know, maybe 7-8 games or whatever, he's actually been really good at it.
Since Mitch went out, has been
yeah. Which is this is the thing. Like if you get pissed about RJ only randomly decides to play defense, please you should keep the same energy for Randall's random defensive rebounding intensity, because he saw Mitch was out and was like, oh shit, I got to step it up, bro.
I gotta lead the league in double doubles.
Mitch was in, though, it's always like this weird. Like Randall has the weirdest body language with his teammates. It's like the inbound play earlier with Brunson, where he was like, his hands were up and he was like navigating around him. It's like a lot of that with the defensive rebounding too. Like Mitch will go up to get it and Randall's just like,
Mike,
no, you got it. Like
quickly took one from him today, and I could tell he was so mad about it.
He was like, dude,
he was so mad about it. No, but but RJ and Brunson, they do the same exact thing. As soon as a shot goes up, first of all, I want to say this: Brunson is never where he's supposed to be on defense. That man is just like out there. He's just like, and I know he wasn't doing this. I know he wasn't doing this shit on the Mavs last year, so I want to bring that up. But
so you tell me Jason Kidd is him?
I think Jason Kidd probably did a better job of holding him accountable.
Do you think if Jason Kidd was the head coach, RJ would have gotten the rebound?
I think we would have won the game by 30 points because he's such a genius, bro.
They say ball guys. You know, they say ball guys. That's what it is.
No, but if you watch every single time a shot goes up, watch RJ and watch Brunson. They don't box out their man. They don't look where their man is. They don't look where anybody is. They just walk towards the hoop. And so on these long threes, if they hit the front rim or something, they will never get them because they're underneath instead of like worrying about where their guy is.
Oh.
Yeah, it's ridiculous to watch. It's terrible. Both those guys are huge problems in terms of defensive rebounding. Jericho Sims is obviously not anywhere near the box out guy that Mitch is, which is another problem.
But have you seen the box outs per 36, dude? They would tell you you're wrong.
Is he have a higher box outs per 36?
He's third. So first is Mitch, second is Hartenstein, and third is Jericho Sims. In box outs per 36.
That kind of makes sense though, right?
Exactly. So you're fucking
and that
wrong.
adds up. Yeah. Jericho too early on the rebound, probably 4 or 5 times tonight.
That's regular with him.
Yeah.
Embarrassingly early. I don't know why I don't usually notice, but like tonight I was like,
and the fact the vertical's like 47 inches, he's just like, oh shit, oh god, he's like falling down and realize, oh god.
It's also like you think he's so fucking big, you think it would hit him like in the chest if he's early, and maybe he could just like scoop it. I don't know.
No, Sims and Hartenstein, they both have some of the worst defensive like hands. Like Sims will jump for the ball half the time and he'll be there, but then he can't grab it. It's so weird. Like
it makes me miss Neuros Noel how bad their fucking hands are.
Oh
no, okay.
No. All right.
Relax.
All right. There's Tyrese jumping off the deep end.
There's no need to get racist, Tyrese.
During Black History Month, no less. You can't make that joke this month.
Oh my gosh.
On the day after Michael Jordan Day. Have some shame.
Kendrick Perkins really said that shit like it was MLK Day or something. Like, what's wrong with him?
That was a good Perkins tweet, though.
It was
great.
Oh, dude. Perkins is comedy. I don't care what anybody says. He's an idiot, but he's a good idiot.
You guys are going to get his book, right?
Absolutely.
He has a book.
Absolutely.
What? He wrote a book?
Does Perkins get a seat at
he wrote it, Sam, but it exists.
Yeah, I don't think he wrote it.
He write it like how he talks, because then I'll be in it.
Does Perkins get a seat at your family's dinner table, Tyrese?
He might. he might eat everything, but he might.
Missed opportunity to title the book "Carry the Hell On." I don't know why he didn't do that, but
wait, does he actually have a book coming out?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
This is what I'm saying. Sure, like who the hell is buying Kendrick Perkins' book?
What's it called?
The Education of Kendrick Perkins.
Get the fuck out of here. He at least could have been a gentleman about it and said the miseducation of Kendrick.
Dude. So I'm gonna read the preview. The Education of Kendrick Perkins is an intimate memoir about race, fatherhood, and basketball from former NBA player and outspoken cultural critic Kendrick Perkins.
Intimate? That's one way to describe your book.
Oh my god!
Wait! There's more. Okay. At age 18, Kendrick Perkins left his grandparents.
Wait, are you reading the book?
No, I'm reading the preview. Okay. At age 18, Kendrick Perkins left his grandparents' rundown yellow house in Beaumont, Texas for the last time. Sure, he traveled the country for camps and tournaments. He banged and bruised with the biggest and most skilled players the amateur basketball world had to offer. But he'd always come back home. In this powerful and intimate memoir, readers follow Perkins on his journey from small-town Texas athlete to the NBA. Both on and off the court, Perk gained a reputation for his candor and conviction, his unabiding sense of right and wrong. Now he tells all, offering the sports insights for which he has become a stellar ESPN commentator, and for the first time ever, sharing frank opinions about racial justice, political consciousness, and fatherhood. Years spent playing against and alongside giants like Kobe Bryant and LeBron James have helped shape Perk's athleticism, but this is a story all his own. The story of an education.
Shaped his athleticism?
I'm getting this book.
Wow.
Okay, what I'm gonna need is a way. I need to find a torrent to download this, like the book, so I can like read it on my Nook or something.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna PDF it for the Slack.
Oh my
the Discord. This is great.
The one thing, just real quick before we get into more questions and stuff, I want to say two things. Deuce has been playing better. I think I even said this like when he was not making shots, but I think if you go back to like probably the last 6 games, he's playing way better. Like he's just shooting when he gets the ball and he's open. He's actually being a threat with the ball at times, and his defense has picked up again. So I'm still completely fine not making any move other than trading Cam Reddish so that all of his stands that literally just want to like kiss his butt cheeks, they can leave with him.
You have pissed off so many people.
Good. I hope they're pissed off. I don't know if I could care less about any Knicks controversy than I ever have about Cam Reddish getting DNPs. Like I genuinely could not care less.
Literally, the fan base was like melting down because like they were people were acting like we were on the block saying like who ratted on Cam in the coaching.
Yeah. Can I just say like people were like who ratted on Cam? I'm like, what if it was just like a very like this is how I'm just guessing. I don't know. I might know.
Source reporting. Everyone aggregate.
Yeah, all because like it's not an unreasonable thing. Like this is what Begley basically said, that Cam expressed displeasure to an assistant, and Tibbs heard about it, and that's what led to like it's very reasonable. I'm sure. I don't know if you have worked in a job, if you express displeasure.
You're talking to people who spend like 5 hours a day on Spaces. They definitely don't have a job.
But I'm saying, like, if you express displeasure about your ultimate authority to somebody that's above you but is subordinate to them, they might pass that on.
Goes back.
They always pass it on.
Yeah, this is not a rat situation. This is like
we're not on the block, okay? This is not like someone ratting on someone for a gun charge.
It also could have been something very basic where he was like,
I can't tweet Hezzy anymore.
He might have just been like, I'm pissed. I should play more minutes, blah blah blah, and he told fucking lie. And Dice might have just been like, hey Tibbs, like Cam isn't happy about these things. You might want to talk to him. Like, I don't know why it has to be this thing where it's like why it has to be the situation where it's like the assistant's like, hey, Cam said this. It's time to get him the fuck out of here. Like why does it have to be that dramatic? And why are we acting like Cam's agents aren't part of this? You really I guarantee you, this is what I think happened, right? Tibbs had his role. Tibbs was going to start Grimes. Cam wasn't happy about that because he had been starting, and he's like, what the fuck? Now I'm only going to play 18 minutes game. This is not a role I want to do. Okay. You don't want to do this role. So, and then now, and then he started mailing it in. Like, again, you can watch that Dallas game, the last game he played in. His minutes were like, and I was okay with Cam before that. I thought he had really done a decent job of trying to adapt to what we were asking. But that game, he was like a disgrace in that game, like genuinely a disgrace. So he expresses displeasure with it. Tibbs is like, well, this is the role. Like, you're gonna be a bench guy. That's what's gonna happen. This is your role. Do you want to do it or not? If you don't want to do it, fine. And then his agent's like, he doesn't want to do it. Let's get him the fuck out of here. Like, I don't know why it has. Like, this is one thing I can't put on Tibbs because I feel like Tibbs would 100% have been fine playing Cam 18 minutes off the bench.
Not to mention, like, his role was perfect. His role was perfect. He was the one.
Oh, you don't want to be a 3-and-D guy. Okay, that sounds like you're still delusional about what you are in the NBA, bro.
Dude, Cam's first interview with Berman, his first words were, I think I could be a legit star. Of course he didn't want to be a bench guy. Mm-hmm. Like,
dude, he asked to get traded from Atlanta. They were playing him 23 minutes a night. Like
that poor guy.
He legitimately thinks he's like Paul George and just in the waiting. Like,
well, I mean, did you see Paul George tonight? Cam could do that.
Exactly. Like,
in his sleep.
Cam Reddish will make 8 All-Star teams. Like, it was so like he was the one guy who could not complain about how he was used because he was used legitimately the way he was supposed to be used.
And even in that role, like, again, you can go check this. He played more. I think he still may have played more minutes than Evan Fournier. But even when he had played like 150 more minutes than Evan Fournier, he had less rebounds than him. Like, he's a sick. Like, you're like, this is. Like, I say this about RJ all the time. You're 6'6", 230. For what, bro? Like, what are you 6'6"? For Cam, it's like that times 7,000 times like 5 billion. Like, you're 6'8" with a 7'1" wingspan. For what reason, bro? Like, what do you do out here other than tween Hezzy? Like, you're like the fake tween Hezzy king who can't tween Hezzy, and then you're good at attacking closeouts. Like, okay, that's great. Can you get me a rebound? Are you allowed to do this? Can you pass the ball every now and then?
I think he was honest. I think he honestly used to be scared of contact. I really think that's what it was.
He's super talented. But what, like, if you're super talented, but you have no way to, like, and you've no concept of how to use that optimally and really leverage those skills, who fucking cares? Like I don't know if Quickly, people will be like, how can you say Quickly's more talented than RJ every time RJ has a big scoring game, right? And I kind of get that. But at the same time, I'm like, well, is RJ always having these big scoring games? And like tonight, right? Quickly, I think he went 3 of 12 from the field, maybe, right?
Yeah,
I don't know what
3 of 12.
Yeah.
But like no one brought that up because he did.
Well, he was 3 of 11.
Well.
3 of 12.
He was also 3 of 7 from 3.
Yeah.
Like all
but well, what I was gonna say is my big thing though is like, okay, he's 3 of 12. He had 11 points, right? Like, RJ, what did he have tonight? He was 4 of 21 or something.
6 of 21.
6 of 21. How many points? You have 15.
14.
Like, do people understand? when Quickly has these terrible shooting games, he will almost always find a way to still be like a point per shot. When RJ has bad shooting games, it's not like they're terrible. They're really, really bad.
And even not just that, it's like he's giving you stuff defensively. He's still making the right reads and playmaking well. He's still rebounding the ball. Like
today, there was a really good example of this where he had that fast break, right? He gets the steal because Markieff Morris just like randomly was it Marcus? Marcus, the one of the Clippers, yeah. Marcus Morris just like randomly threw the ball to nobody, and Quick was like, okay. He stole it, and then he went, and then he, instead of passing to Sims, could have had a lob to Sims, he took the layup, he missed it. But then on the next possession, the Clips missed a shot, and he split two Clippers guys to get the offensive rebound, or the defensive rebound, and then he pushed it ahead, and I think Grimes either got fouled or I don't remember what happened exactly, but we got points out of that possession. But the point is like when you're talking about those small, like those plays, even if they do show up in the box score, they don't entirely show up in the box score, right? Like you can have 5 rebounds. Like Mitch can have 5 rebounds in a game, and I'll come out of it being like, he dominated the glass tonight. Randall can never have 5 rebounds in a game, and I will say that, ever. It's not possible. Like they're not comparable, the rebounds they get. By the way. What's up?
He's still going?
He's still going.
Oh, of course he is. Stacey doesn't stop.
It's like, I don't understand the direct correlation between the refs and the techs, but he's just tired. Tech layoffs. Wired. Ref layoffs.
Wow, he's really leaning into that.
Well, he's in tech.
Well, yeah, but it's like not a direct correlation.
And he may have been laid off. So
I think my guy. You know. Yo, shout out Stacey Pett. Do we have more comments?
Have some shame,
yes,
Colin.
We do. We actually have we have a string by Hawkeye 420, which I think is a really good string. So he starts off with saying, I echo what Jeff said in a previous postgame. Everything about this team is pointless when we aren't doing anything different. We peaked with Thibs. He's got to go. He also adds, RJ may have been dog shit, but why the hell is Thibs then hanging him out to dry? How many times is Thibs going to keep his job when he keeps hanging struggling players out to dry? He's done this with Randall multiple times. As well. He also says, I mean, how embarrassing is it that Johnny Bryant, the coach who keeps getting offers when a position opens, is the reason Randall turned around his issues and not the win now coach? Okay. This is the coach Leon is a ride or die with. Fire his fat ass too.
Okay, first of all,
Jeff's not here. So don't talk about Jeff, okay? Colin. But yes, Tyrese, go ahead.
My whole thing is like, because he fucking bitched and moaned, and he like didn't talk to the media when fucking he got benched. What was it? Wednesday? Was it Wednesday or Thursday? Thursday night he got.
Today's Saturday, so it was Thursday. No,
Tuesday. Tuesday. Yeah. It was Tuesday night. He got benched down the stretch, and then like. You know, he did the I have nothing to say at this time. Bullshit. That's what his mom said. And then after he had 30 points, he had nothing but smiles, right? But like I wouldn't be surprised if some kind of policy kind of play where they're just like, yeah, you can't bench RJ Barrett. I would not be shocked if like they're like, yeah, you can't do that, dude. Like
that's ass politics.
I mean, but it happens with
I had to get more ginger ale. So
I get it.
We really didn't miss you. You could have just stayed by the fridge pouring more ginger ale.
That's mean.
And Hawkeye 420 also says hit the like button, y'all. Thank you, Hawkeye 420.
But yeah, like look. If he benches him, it's a problem. If he doesn't bench him, it's a problem. It's just kind of fucking stupid. He should have been benched tonight.
Okay,
he should have been benched tonight. I agree.
But you don't need to bench these guys. Like, this is the thing that drives me fucking nuts because of the way Tibbs presents information. Like, you are allowed to do more than one fucking sub pattern in a game or a half. Like, it doesn't need to be okay. RJ plays this minutes, then Quick comes in. And either Quick closes the game forever. Or RJ comes back in and he closes the game. You can be like, oh, I'm going to bring RJ in to start the fourth. RJ's playing like shit. Okay, I'm going to bring Quick back in. Like, he doesn't ever adjust like that. He doesn't ever think like that. It's just these endless, mindless 17-minute rotations of guys. Like, how many straight minutes did Hartenstein play to close the game?
Probably like 15
20?
plus. Might be 15 plus.
I'll tell you in 20 seconds if you just keep talking.
I bet that number is high.
It's gotta be. It's always a large number. Like, what was the stretch he played the other night? Like straight, 21. It was like what 21 straight minutes to end the game.
I'm pretty sure he played the entire fourth, right, Hartenstein?
I don't think he was. Was he in to start?
He did.
He was.
He played.
Wow. So he at the bare minimum, he played 17 straight minutes to close the game. This is not like
he was 21 because he played 4 minutes and third.
Like, this is not productive. This is terrible. Even if you don't like, yes, you want Hartenstein to floor. You want Hartenstein to fucking to play to close the game. Fine. Buy him 2 minutes in the middle of the fourth quarter. Just leave Obi in, put Randall in, play small for a few minutes. Like, this is the shit that drives me absolutely bananas.
What if Obi misses his threes? Then what do I do?
Well, I mean, look, Tyrese will be there to be like, I told y'all, Obi ain't got it. Tyrese is my number one op.
He's your muse.
You can't say the word op during this one. Goddamn.
Speaking of
saying the word op makes me feel like
I'm cool, dude. Hello, cool, fellow dude. Kids.
Yeah, I'm not 40.
How do you do?
Speaking of ops, we have failed to mention Clyde just completely sniping RJ from the.
Dude, I think he might hate RJ Barrett with a passion.
No, but he hates all the young guys in the team. Like, as like Quickly will like make one bad player or something, and he'll be like, "This is what Quickly's got to get better at, defense, folks." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like I'm like, and then he'll be like he'll just like Brunson will like fucking like fart in the lane or something, leave his guy wide open. He'll be like, "Oh, folks, that's a tough rotation."
He's dishing and swishing.
Dude, Clyde is he's
senile, dog.
Then vice versa, he compliments young guys on other teams.
Yeah,
the exact same way.
But he also Clyde also just loves like Ish Smith. So Clyde is.
Dude, I wish we had I wish they had to give an MSG tomorrow because he would be slurping Melton.
Is Melton not playing tomorrow?
No, with ESPN, you have to give an ESPN.
We're on ESPN tomorrow.
Nice.
Oh, right.
No MSG broadcast.
Look, this is it. So the two things I want to say is, on a back-to-back, a lot of coaches in the NBA will coach differently because, like for example, so this is how I feel. If you're gonna play the minutes that he played these guys tonight, you have to win that game. You have to. I don't care what it is. You have to win that game. If you don't win that game, I have zero. If the Knicks win tomorrow, I'll be shocked. I'll be so shocked. And I think the Sixers are generally a bad matchup for us, especially without Mitch. But like, after having played the minutes they did,
go on.
I don't know what the spread is going to be. I don't know what the spread's going to be. It might be like 6.5, 7. I would take Philly on that shit because I just don't see how these guys have the legs for this. It's another physically draining game, emotionally draining game, mentally draining game. They've played a shit ton of these now.
All we can root for is the Harden stinker. That's really all we have to root for.
When is the last game the Knicks had that was like normal down the stretch?
Wow. That is like
I gotta go look at the schedule. Shit.
I feel like it's been like 2 weeks of just like
the spread right now. I see on FanDuel is opening up at Knicks plus 6.
Look at that! Look at me setting fucking book over here.
They don't even have it on DraftKings.
The last normal game the Knicks played down the stretch, it might have been. Wait, no, not even. No, oh, you gotta go back.
You gotta go.
It's like 3 weeks or something, man.
The Suns game.
Yeah, that's like 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah. That's almost a month ago.
Yeah. Like the Knicks have just
more than a month ago.
Yeah.
What about the Pacers game? What am I misremembering about the Pacers game?
That was 6.
TJ McConnell bringing them nearly all the way back.
Yeah. They had the lead at one point.
Yeah. And we were up like 17.
Yeah, and then their worst player got injured, and then they came back.
The fake all-star.
The wannabe all-star.
Tyrese thinks he should be an all-star.
I do not.
You said
tonight sucks because
you said Drew Holiday earlier.
Yeah, well, fucking Tyrese Halliburton.
Seems like a biased opinion.
I said that.
But notice
no, he said I said that.
First names.
Oh, you assume that Tyrese likes him because he has the same first name as him?
Oh,
I'm not assuming anything. I just can't help but
Why
notice.
would Tyrese like a worse Tyrese?
Dude, have you not seen the Sudowoodo clip? They keep retweeting it. It's kind of annoying.
All I'm saying, his first thought earlier was Drew Holiday when we said Jalen Brunson should have been.
Yeah, because Drew Holiday, it was a fraud.
I don't know.
Okay, relax. Not fraud, but Brunson's better. Calm down.
Dude, don't.
We say fraud talk for people that we need to have agendas against. Okay.
Yes,
we don't need to have an agenda against Drew Holiday. That's
you don't watch this enough. Could be me and Sam despise.
You're just mad that Drew Holiday is a good looking man.
Drew Holiday has cost me too much money.
I don't like Drew.
That sounds like a you problem, bro.
I will never bet. We're not betting.
Yeah, all right, Sam. Just say you got a problem.
The only reason why, I said the only reason why he's in Utah is because he has a white wife. Continue.
That definitely got him an extra vote with the coaches.
Okay,
exactly.
Can we just like throwing this out there? I know this is a post-game stream. Are we allowed to like not talk about the Knicks? Can we just talk about like some trade deadline stuff?
Dude, Kyrie Irving. Talk about.
We can.
No.
I just want to get to this comment though.
Yeah.
Blood of the Panther. Ooh, that's a new name. New name in the stream. He said, "I just came here to see how Tyrese felt about Randall getting his soul snatched."
Don't care, All-Star. I won.
Okay. Also, that was another. Okay, I tweet. How is that a fucking foul? There's nothing about that that's a foul.
Do you know that media members on Twitter were clowning Tibbs for challenging that?
For what? I mean, that's not a foul. And
I mean,
by the NBA's definition, the NBA's definition, apparently, according to them, when RJ Barrett got fucking hung on his arm by Scotty Bitch Boy Barnes, what was it? Oh, he didn't materially impact RJ's ability to make the dunk. Did Randall materially impact Norman Powell's ability to make the dunk? Didn't look like it to me. So
me, I called it a stupid challenge because you're not going to win that challenge. Like that's a call that like they're not going to reverse that call.
I don't agree. I watched on the replay. It didn't look like a foul to me on the replay. What how is that a foul?
I don't think so either.
I don't think that's a foul. He dunks it, and then Randall makes contact after the dunk, and he barely makes contact. He lovingly caressed his arm.
Lovingly caressed.
Yeah. It was a love. It was nice. You've been moisturizing. It feels good. Like it was not a serious. There's no serious contact. It was a bullshit call.
Tyrese is going like this one. JL says playoff Drew Holiday rivals RJ Barrett for the most inefficient games you'll ever see.
That shit might break the backboard like Shaq. God, I didn't even want to watch that shit. It's the first one to 20-minute shots. That shit might happen in the first quarter. God.
Dude, Drew in the playoffs is like that guy.
RJ Barrett in the regular season.
Like, no, it's
19-7-5 and 1.3 steals. Like he's having a good season.
Yeah, and we know he's playing elite defense.
Right.
I don't care about Drew
Sounds
Holiday.
like an all-star to me.
He will be on my shit list.
Can I tell you
definitely over anybody named Tyrese. Anyone.
Yeah, fuck Tyrese Maxey too, and Tyrese Hunter.
Can I tell you my favorite Drew Holiday box score in a playoff game?
Oh my god!
I
can't wait for this.
9 rebounds.
No, all right. So this is a game that he actually had that they won. Okay, 5 of 23 from the field, 2 of 9 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 7 boards, 8 assists, 1 turnover. He finished +3 this game. Right? No, this is 13 points.
That's the game 7.
That's game 7 against Brooklyn. 5 of 3. Yo, this is like I swear, man.
I feel like he made shots in the fourth quarter though.
He made like 1 shot in the fourth quarter. It was a really nice.
Chris Middleton.
He made 3 shots. He made 3 shots.
But he made like 1 really nice like step back midi. It was good. 5 of 23. Like if anybody ever tells you like Giannis has too much help, you should literally pull up the box score of this game and show it to them. Because this is what Chris Middleton this is Chris Middleton's line of that game, by the way. 9 of 26.
Jesus.
2 of 7 from 3, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. He did have 5 steals, which is insane. 23 points though on 26 shots. Giannis, by the way, 15 of 24 from the field, 13 boards, 5 assists, 1 block, 40 points.
Fuck Chris Middleton too. He's on my shit list.
I like both those guys, but it's like
they left Giannis out to dry in a lot of those matchups.
There's a difference between like, yo, do you remember after they won that championship, people were seriously being like, oh, well, Giannis got to play with Middleton and Drew. How is that any different from LeBron playing with Wade and Bosh? I'm like, are you fucking serious?
It's like folks completely forgot like what happened in the Brooklyn series. There were so many games in that Brooklyn series where it's like, dog, where the hell are Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday? Like, what the hell? Where did they go, dog? Like, if the game wasn't in Wisconsin, Chris Middleton just didn't show up to play. Like, if it wasn't there, he was checked out.
They have Holiday shooting over 6 threes per game this season. That is absolutely wild.
I think that a lot of that came from like Middleton just not being there, and he had to just take up all that usage.
I have to go somewhere. Also, the Nuggets are going to beat the Hawks, which means they are now 17-0 this season when Jokic gets a triple double.
Interesting.
That's my MVP.
On the bright side, a game and a half ahead of the Hawks for the 8th seed. So you know what? It could be worse.
It all connects. Time's a flat circle.
I want to throw this out there. Can you guess what Drew Holiday's true shooting percentage was in the NBA Finals that year?
Oh, I was gonna say his true shooting this
44.
Year, but
it was 44.
What?
It was 44.1.
So ass. Oh, Drew fucking hard.
Like
40.
Like so. I look.
Shooting?
This is
insane.
I love Drew. I love
Kobe.
Drew. But he is the notorious
Jamal Murray 40 balls tonight. What the hell is going on?
Who had a 40 ball tonight?
Jamal Murray.
Is that game over?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Did Bones play?
No.
Can we trade for Bones?
No. If I have to watch Bones highlight on my team, I'm going to blow a gasket. My eyes are going to pop out.
That's not what you said in the Discord.
I'm not saying it because I like our YouTube channel. Not saying it out loud, dude. If I have to watch Bones Highland play basketball, I don't care what Stacey says. He's not good.
I like Bones as a prospect.
I don't care.
No, hold on. I agree with you. I actually don't like anything.
What he said was he was going to ill-K his eye self-May.
There we go.
No, I don't like anything I've seen of him in the NBA. Like, I don't like the way he carries himself. I don't like
saying he's a thug type. Schwinn.
Yeah, he's a thug. You know, he's got to get a nice crew cut.
Is that Schwinn or George Karl?
No, you watch these Nuggets games when he's playing. This guy's just out here. He'll take like a 30-foot three, and it's like, bro, who are you? Who are you? Like, you're Bones Island. You're not fucking Damian Lillard. You're not Steph Curry.
You're not Emmanuel Quickly.
Yeah, and Quick doesn't even do that shit. And Quick, if he does do that shit, you know what he'd do? He'd get back on defense. He'd probably get you a rebound or something. Like, this guy doesn't play defense. He doesn't.
I remember Quickly 30-foot pull-ups.
I missed it. It was a time.
It's gonna come back when we get a coach that doesn't.
Every time I hear Bones, I keep hearing about that Key and Peele skit. That just comes to my mind. Bones.
Dude, like Kevin O'Connor was like Bones highlight for Emmanuel Quickly straight up. For whatever reason.
I would
wait.
You know what Kevin O'Connell needs, like,
no, Kevin O'Connor.
I don't know if Kevin O'Connor is familiar.
I don't care.
I don't know if Kevin O'Connor is familiar with the French Revolution, but he might need to get Robespierre for that take.
Wow. I don't know that reference, but it's probably something that's very vicious and brutal because we all know how Schwinn can be, especially when it comes to Emmanuel Quickly.
That is
Tyrese knows.
I know. I know too much about French history. Oh my god. That's a reference.
I'm not finding a definition for the verb.
It's a person.
The actual act.
24 seconds.
Robespierre was a head figure of the French Revolution.
Right,
and if you know what the French Revolution was famous for, you could piece it all together.
All I'm saying is your name's 24 seconds. Nobody likes a bragger. Okay.
All I'm saying is Tyrese is apparently the only man of culture here.
I love history. Dude.
I feel like I didn't even need to like research the reference to kind of get it. Context. Being a teacher, you catch on to context clues really quickly.
Sam's teaching his kids ABCs, not about the French Revolution.
Yeah, I'm teaching 4-year-olds how to like
A B C D E team. Okay. Also, we have to talk about the Kawhi thing. Sorry, not the Kyrie thing, because I just think this is.
Just real quick though, I want to say this just before we move to Kyrie. One, the Clippers definitely do need a point guard. I don't know if Kyrie is the right point guard. But two, really like Kawhi looks very good. Like
he's back.
He's got his bounce back.
He's the best player in the world.
They just have to. I don't care about whatever bullshit load management they got to do. Just do it. Make sure that guy gets to the playoffs healthy. Because if they have this guy, if they have this version of Kawhi, and they got this version of Paul George in the playoffs, nobody wants to play them.
They might win the fucking.
Yeah, not a fucking soul wants to play these guys in the playoffs. I promise you that.
And if they get Kyrie Irving, they're winning.
So what would a Kyrie? Apparently the reporters they made a serious offer for him, right? I don't know what that means.
I mean, I would assume it's probably.
Can they trade their 2028 first or something?
Yes, they can.
But they can't trade 2030 yet, right?
I can double check that just to make sure.
I don't think like the furthest. Actually, it is 2023 now. So
I think they could trade 28 and 30.
So
no. Yeah, 28 and 30. Yes.
So if they can trade 28 and 30, and then you put Terrence like
no 28. They can trade 28. No, 30 is not here yet.
Okay, so just 28. So it'd be like what, like a serious offer that would still allow the.
But no, 2030 is here. What am I saying? Yeah, 2030 is here. I'm dumb.
Why is this just like the idea that somebody's going to give up 2 firsts for half a season of Kyrie?
Well, it's not half a season technically if you want to keep him or if you're willing to keep him.
If you're trading for him, you're trading for him with the expectation that you're going to give him the contract.
With Kyrie Irving, there are no expectations.
Dude, no, the expectation is you're going to give him the contract.
It's not about Kyrie. It's about
what you're going to do.
It's not about Kyrie until Kyrie makes it about Kyrie.
Okay, yeah, but it's more so about like what you're going to do for him.
Kyrie is a very spiritual soul who all he cares about is making sure that he gets his next max contract.
Yeah, but like ultimately speaking, like if they have the trade package to get him, and if they do get him, then like they're that team. Like nobody's beating that team. I'm sorry.
They're the best team in the NBA then.
JL is continuing to be ruthless, by the way, in the comments.
Kawhi stinks, bro. It better makes anyone in this league look good. True.
When Randall has a stinker, the comments on here they can get brutal, man.
No, you know what, man? You got to say I was shitting on Randall for the year, and Tyrese was sitting here praising his good graces, but
I was saying buy the dip, and nobody wanted to believe me. And look at me now.
Yeah. Well, you're right. Buy the dip, but
all that part again. Say it again. Thank you. Say it again. I was what?
You're bald?
I know you're not talking. Ball people, you can't call people.
I just don't know how the Clippers get there from a salary standpoint.
They get there because they can trade Terrence Mann.
It's right. Man.
Luke Kennard, Robert Covington. They have.
Are they going to trade Robert Covington? They don't have a backup center.
They don't have a backup center.
They'll get one in the buyout market. 100% they'll get a center in the buyout market.
They can trade Reggie Jackson, Robert. Like they have a bunch of.
They're not going to trade both Reggie and John Wall though. They're going to want to have a backup for Kyrie. So it's one of the other.
They definitely don't want John Wall. So I'll tell you that for sure.
So they're going to keep Reggie.
I mean, like, they can do something like.
Did Reggie even play in the second half?
I don't think Reggie played. Period. Did Reggie play? Period.
He played in the first half.
He did.
He played in the first half.
Yeah. If he played more, he probably would have won.
The thing is, they have so many guys. They could trade fucking Marcus Morris. Like honestly, I think that would be fine. Like he did not,
Yeah.
Shout out Marcus Morris for getting us Emmanuel quickly, but.
Yeah, you do like Marcus Morris, Luke Kennard, and like.
It's gonna be like 25 years from now, we're still gonna be like, shout out to Marcus Morris, man.
Yeah, shout out. That's enough salary though.
I think they would keep Terrence Mann. They're trying to keep Terrence Mann in the deal.
Yeah, they can try, but at the end of the day, if the Nets are like, no, we need Terrence Mann.
Terrence
Mann Kyrie, you should do
a less first round pick, in my opinion.
I mean, I don't think they care about the first round picks, really.
I don't even care that much. Like, I like Terrence Mann. I think Terrence Mann got really overrated after that one playoff game that he had.
Yeah, he did, but at the same time, though, like he's young talent.
Terrence Mann would dunk on you. So.
Well, yeah, I would hope that he would dunk on you.
As soon as 5'8" and stilettos, like I would hope so.
I'm 5'8",
So they can do it with John Wall, Robert Covington, Luke Kennard, and Amir Coffey.
Yeah, I guess like they can trade for Kyrie Irving.
Amir Coffey, future Nick.
I want Amir Coffey. So yeah.
I like Amir Coffey.
I
like him. Just like Tyrese, do you like him more than RJ Barrett?
Yes.
Dude, that's a low fucking bar.
No, he doesn't. Come on.
Stop it, dude. I like RJ Barrett. Okay, I would say like my least the worst person I would take over RJ Barrett is probably like
Eric Bledsoe.
No. Let me think about this.
Danny Avdija.
I hate Danny Avdija. You know what? Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon's good.
Exactly. I would take I think Aaron Gordon's probably like my cutoff point before I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I'm not having this conversation.
I would. Schwinn,
like you would take Aaron Gordon over him, or you?
No, I'm saying like I like Aaron Gordon more than I like RJ Barrett.
So that's the worst guy that you would.
That's the cutoff point.
Okay.
That's like I decently think RJ Barrett is a good NBA player. I just don't want him on my fucking team.
No, I mean I get it. You have high standards for him because
he's the third overall pick.
Yeah, and he's Jamaican, and you're like, come on, like represent.
Yeah, exactly. Man, I like no Jamaican, man.
Like, come on, dude. But I get it. Like, you're like represent us better, bro.
Like, if they're like Zach LaVine, I'm like, okay, shut the fuck up, if you're like, Tyrese Halliburton, I'm like, yeah, I'll kill yourself. Like,
Let me just
Saturday night late game. This is what you
Saturday
get,
night Knicks. Saturday night Knicks. Do it to you.
Colin is allegedly drinking water, by the way. Allegedly.
Yeah, out of the bottle.
I'm off the wagon until Schwinn drags his bum ass to the city.
Same.
Yeah, you are.
But yeah, like that Kyrie Irving thing is like ridiculous. But like it kind of feels like
I think they should trade. Like there's only like this is kind of self-evident, but like either they just should be like, we're not trading you, so you like if they think that he will still play after the trade deadline, I think they should keep him. 100%. I think if they are of the like if they believe that once the trade deadline passes and he knows he can't get traded and he'll play, they should keep him. That's what I think they should.
The problem is like you've tanked that locker room. Like you would tank that locker room.
Okay, but you say this, but like Durant demanded a trade in the offseason. That didn't happen. Didn't Kyrie demand a trade in the offseason? Did I forget that?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and like their locker room is like impervious. They're just like, this is just another day.
To be fair, like they started off really shitty, and then
they came back tonight. They came out 75 down or whatever.
Because Kate Thomas is somehow good at the basketball, but like
no, he's not. Either the Wizards just. Okay, I've never. They're a team like that's a team that just genuinely they need a point guard so bad.
Yeah,
League might save them.
That I agree. This is my theory is like if the Wizards actually like risked it for the biscuit and got Fred VanVleet, I don't think a lot of teams want to see them in the playoffs, man, because they're a weird ass team to match up with. They're a very weird ass.
You want to pay Fred VanVleet and like Kyle Kuzma in the same offseason?
And Porzingis.
Oh yeah, shit. He has an option too. That just feels disgusting.
I mean, look, that's the risk, but I'm saying just from a basketball perspective, think of this: if your starting five was VanVleet, Beal, Kuzma, Porzingis, Gafford,
and
play Porzingis at the 5. That's not a team that's like very convenient to match up with for a lot of like around like Porzingis. Look, that guy like you remember when he was in New York and we were like, man, he can't post up Marcus Smart. Let me tell you something. He can post up Marcus Smart now. He can do it. He's like pretty good at it.
Can he post up RJ?
Yes, he can post up RJ. I could post up RJ. Tyrese
you could post up RJ.
Sam might be able to post up RJ. I'm not
Sam can post up RJ because he's like 6'7" for whatever.
I'm 6'2". Let's relax. Let's relax.
I'm taller than Jalen Brunson.
Oh, look at me. I'm Sam. I'm taller than Jalen Brunson.
That's like really a low bar to clear. Jalen Brunson's like 5'10" on a good day.
Let me tell you something. That's a high bar to clear for some of us.
We're speaking from experience.
Oh,
I am.
man.
No, but the Kyrie thing is great. Like I don't know, it's pretty interesting. At least with Kyrie, he's brought some life to this deadline. And I will say this: my take is
At least there's no character concerns.
Yes, exactly. Really good guy. Loves all the people of the world equally. No,
but he's the first one in or the last one out.
No, but my big thing is like, so with Kyrie doing this, I think so. Like, the other rumored report or like suitors for OG were what? They were Memphis,
New Orleans,
and Phoenix.
And Phoenix.
Right? If you're those teams, first of all, I want to get. I think Phoenix should just go in and get Kyrie. I think they are a guard away if Booker is healthy from getting to the finals, and I 100% believe in 2023 Kyrie is better than Chris Paul. So if you want to take a shot, that's your shot to take. My other thing is, any of these teams will look at this situation, I think, and be like, well, if we can get if Kyrie's going to leave, does that make Durant an option in the offseason? And then do we want to trade for OG now? And I don't think they will, because I think they'll be like, well, no, let's keep our fucking powder dry, because if KD comes available in the offseason, we want to have a package for that. So I wonder if this kind of low-key helps us in our OG shade. Was that like a fucking biker gang inside your house?
Yeah. The mean streets of Texas.
I lived in the highway.
But yeah, I do wonder if like this helps us get OG. And my final thing is
at a cheaper price. You mean?
Yeah, at the price that we're offering anyway. And the last thing I'll say about OG is like, I have a lot of reservations about him, but the more I look at like just the statistical profile of this Knicks team in terms of what they're good at, what they suck at, and then obviously the shit we see on the court and all that stuff, like it's the one profile we're missing, and I do think he addresses needs that like
yeah,
like he would help. Like I have a lot of concerns about him offensively, but I think it's so bad. Like, I'm just gonna say this. I think Brunson and Randall are good enough offensively that they can just like bludgeon their way to like a respectable level. It's like it'll be fine.
Man, my only reservation about an OG acquisition is price aside, just like utilizing him to his ultimate optimization, like because like I feel like what is so good about how the Raptors use him is they use him at the 4 a ton, and I just don't think
Colin,
not a ton, but they use him at the 4.
I don't think they use him as like a 2 to 4. I don't really think they play him at the 4 a lot. They don't.
Not a ton, but they use him. I mean, compared to like how
1%.
we would use him.
But you like, I think what Sam's saying is like, if you trade for him, that should be part of like the reason for it.
Yes.
Is he would open up that possibility.
Yes.
Yeah. I ultimately I think you trade Obi. If you're getting OG, I would trade Obi Toppin, and I would basically just make OG start in the starting lineup. RJ would be benched, but it's not going to happen. Okay, realistically, from like,
would you like cream yourself if they traded for OG and RJ came off the bench after that?
God, I would be doing backflips in the San Antonio fucking woods. Anyway,
I'm just making sure it's like optional to post the comments, right? Like you
I opted.
Wouldn't pull that one off.
Just making sure.
Okay, so like,
I just want to read this off. Constantine Metricos, Hezbollah, man. It's funny.
Not the first time I've heard it, unfortunately.
So like when, from like a fit standpoint, the best fit I think would be Grimes and OG. Because Grimes can defend the point of attack, OG can defend the best wing. Grimes can be in the second best wing. Ideally speaking,
Grimes is so good, by the way. Oh my god,
exactly.
So
He's been on a heater, man.
About damn time. He wasn't hitting shit from 3 for like 2 weeks, but like But yeah, like ideally the best fit would be Grimes and OG. OG would basically be the quote unquote third guy in the lineup, and then you have like RJ Barrett and IQ like wrecking fools off the bench.
I just need Grimes to get some proactive, bro.
He got the DeMar DeRozan cystic acne.
Like you're a millionaire, bro. Like come on.
We don't need any more proactive.
Yeah, we have better solutions. So figure them out.
We got CeraVe, but like we can move off that shit. No more fucking X out.
With CeraVe.
Dude, that shit is fire. Anyway, Sponsored by Seraphie, but not really. I'm working on it. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. I mean, like, I think OG fits this team. Like, in terms of, like, they need a wing defender. He hits a decent amount of his threes. It's just a matter of, like, and for, like, I think for the eventual contending team that the Knicks want to build, having a player like OG Anunoby makes a ton of sense in this roster.
Which is exactly why all this smoke, and then they won't do it.
The thing is, like, I think they're probably in the lead right now for him. Because, like, we know the Knicks offer. We know the Pelicans aren't going to fucking, like, do Dyson Daniels in the Lakers spot, because why would they do that? And then we know Memphis probably isn't getting involved. So, like, it really just kind of feels like it's between
Why do we know that Memphis isn't going to get involved?
Because I feel like a lot of the smoke that's come out is basically like Memphis doesn't want to get involved. Like that whole, the Pelicans and Memphis are like trying to like bid against each other. That was bullshit.
It's also smoke screen season.
Yeah, exactly. It's
in the NBA.
Season.
If I was Toronto, I would want Brandon Clark.
Yeah,
makes amongst other things.
Not to mention, like you kind of feel like if you feel like KD is pretty much available,
bring me Santi Aldama or Jake LaRavia.
Yeah, dude. Like also, yeah, they don't have fucking prospects to trade. Like if you don't like aside from Zaire Wilson, who fucking sucks. Like
you know the thing with Memphis that's funny is they're effectively like the Knicks West with superior top end talent, arguably. I think they're just deployed better. But I don't want to get into that anymore. But I'm just gonna say they have better top end talent. But like they have no depth right now. Their depth sucks ass.
You mean Tyus Jones isn't moving you, dude?
No, he never moved me. And the other thing which is funny is that Melton trade was a fucking
disaster.
That was a fucking disaster. It was so stupid. They traded Melton for the pick that became Roddy. And Roddy basically comes on the court every night. And
does a jumbo Tyus Jones impersonation on the court.
He takes X-Lax and shits on the fucking logo. Like he's fucking garbage right now. So they're in a weird situation, but like they do have all their picks. They have that Warriors pick too, right? I think it's like it's like top 4. It's like top 4 protected next year or something. Yes. Like they do have that. Are they going to put that on the table for OG? Would they? I feel
if they think that takes them over the top, maybe.
Well, I think of it this way, right? So they might. Let's say they do. If you're a team and you're looking at, let's say the Knicks offer is the 3 protected picks they got for the 11th pick, right? And let's say Memphis is like, well, we'll give you an unprotected pick this year of ours, and we will give, or even next year, and we'll give you that Warriors pick. What's a better deal?
Knicks.
That's what exactly like you can sit there and be like, well, it's unprotected. Anything can happen. Like, all right, bro, really? Like what are we
right
talking
now?
About here?
Like right now, they're like,
really? Can anything happen, or do we think odds matter and probabilities matter?
It'd be 25th right now. Like the Knicks could literally do something like, okay, we'll give you the Bucks pick, we'll give you our own unprotected 2024 pick, and nobody could be
unprotected.
Yeah, 2024.
I would never trade an unprotected pick for OG if I'm the Knicks.
I mean, I agree with the sentiment, but at the same time, though, like if you have 2 picks this year, I don't think they use a pick next year anyway. It's kind of my mindset.
I hate that logic. You're right, but I hate.
Do we think there's a way we could get Scotty Barnes in the deal?
No,
dude, we can't offer 17 first-round picks. How could we?
You're talking about the prototypical wing of the future right there. You can't do that.
I want the Knicks to trade for Scotty so he can play like 8 minutes a game.
When I think of the NBA moving in the future, I only think about Scotty Barnes.
It's Scotty Barnes, Santi Aldama.
It's his league now.
It's his league. No, but seriously, like I think realistically speaking,
cover. I got next.
Yeah, like legitimately, I wouldn't be surprised if the deal's like the Dallas pick this year, Knicks 2024 unprotected, and then maybe like Washington or like the Washington pick. You do that.
So I guess the only reason, like the downside, the reason I guess I wouldn't do that is I just think like I don't know if OG guarantees you top 6 playoff position next year.
Yeah. I agree with that, but at the same time though, like
right. Like I don't know, and I'm with you on that. Like I get why you would make that deal. The risk is that I don't know if he would guarantee it. I would at least want like, and I think you could probably get like, hey, look, can we let's get top 2 protection on this. Like
I'll do like top 4. I'll do
whatever. Like I think you can get protection on it to that level because that's all you're protecting for is like if the pick jumps, right? There's nothing else you're protecting for there. Like, hey, if the pick jumps, we keep the pick. If not, you get it. Whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
I think you can probably negotiate that. The Bulls negotiated that for Vucevic. And the Bulls are really, really well run. Did a really good job building the team.
Jalen Noah. Jalen Noah was a good player, by the way, Zach.
He is, but he's been
weirdly dog shit.
Yeah, he's been bad this year.
Who was it? Fisher today in his Yahoo notebook was like, they're probably going to trade Naz Reid because they won't have any money to.
Yeah, he wants like 10 mil, right? A year or some shit like that?
Yeah, he was MLA.
Dude, Jake Fisher was smoking. Yeah, he was smoking a fucking joint at the fucking Eagles game last week. Yeah, it's great. I also am not sure about how much I should be reading into his Yahoo notebooks.
Also,
like, all right.
Zach says we should give
just keep doing blow.
Jalen Noel the Vildoza contract.
Zach, to stop fucking get back to Photoshop.
The Vildoza contract.
Oh my god, movie.
Oh man.
Also,
remember when we were hyping up Vildoza? Good times.
Where we all changed all of our pictures were changed to like that picture of like fucking what is it called, Dragon Knight with the damn beret on.
Just you.
All them Argentinians love that picture. I don't know why.
Dude,
that was like the one time that playoffs was the one time I changed my profile picture and I changed it to like the Julius and the Dipset shirt picture.
Yeah.
Wow, that was wild time.
You're the reason why he sucks shit.
Yeah, it was my fault that he sucked shit for like a year after that. Get the fuck out of here, Tyree.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I guess we go
shout out at Count on Vic. She's looking good in this picture. So.
Dog what? Dog what?
What? I'm sorry. I thought we were just having like a free for all space here.
No, we're not thirsty. We just have
Wow. Anyways,
those a contract. And
no, I was addressing the comment here.
Before you ask, I would give her the Vildoza contract.
Oh my god.
Yep. We're late night. We reached the late night part of the.
It's fine. It's a Saturday night. It's Saturday night.
The Knicks have broke our brains on a Saturday night.
Also, like that Jared Vanderbilt and Malik Beasley for.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
That was the most Danny Ainge is working overtime to try to get something.
Yeah,
building up trade value.
I gotta say, Knicks Twitter, there are too many people. Every time there's a rumor out, they
absolutely need to lose their minds.
The most like negative interpretation. Let me tell you something. For that report to come out, it was from Basketball Insiders, Michael Scotto. Has Michael Scotto ever in his
sounds like a fake Michael Scott?
Yeah,
from The Office.
Has he ever been right about anything?
Horrible show, by the way. Continue. 2,
has he ever been right about anything related to the Knicks? Like, I don't know about the first one, but I definitely know the second one is not right. He also said, I think earlier this week, something like Quickly wouldn't get a first in a trade, and it's like, motherfucker, let me meet you on the street. Like we need to talk. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's crazy, Doug.
Schwinn with his he gonna get his fucking heels on. Be 5'10".
I'm about to get my fucking.
I'm about to
put my fucking Indian.
Dog shit
I'm gonna get my kurta on, bro.
Yeah, we have lost it.
but I mean, he's saying this nonsense, and then he comes out with this report. Okay, fine. So we hear this report. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, why would the Knicks do this deal? Why would they trade up first to get Jared Vanderbilt and Malik Beasley? This is a terrible trade." The report was there was an exploratory trade talk, right? That was the report.
Yes.
If one of these teams is more interested, which team is more interested in having exploratory trade talks for their players? Probably the team that didn't want to be good this year versus the team that wants to be good this year. Like the Knicks are, I guarantee the Knicks are not trading a protected fucking first for Jared Vanderbilt to play 10 minutes off the bench and Malik Beasley to play 10 minutes off the bench. Get the fuck out of here. Like, what do we like? No, there's no fucking shot that's happening.
Tibbs is a completely normal guy. He just has this one weird thing where he really likes his rim protected. All right.
We need bigs.
He's just, it's just like if you and the funny thing is like Vanderbilt's actually younger than Obi. And I think
he's good. He's better than
Obi. Okay, all right, enough.
He is, but like,
enough with you. Enough with you.
He's better than Obi.
You're so disgusting. No, he's not. He's not. We've never seen. I get if you trade Vanderbilt here, and you trade Obi to Utah, I promise you, within 6 months, Obi is viewed as a better player.
We have fucking Fred Flintstone as a coach. That doesn't count.
But that's my point. You are applying this to everybody but Obi. Oh, Obi sucks. Obi's fucking subjected to this idiot fucking war criminal Slobodan Milosevic.
Obi Toppin is a good player. I said it on camera.
Oh my God! Well, Obi, but
Earth is about to split open.
Breaking news! Yeah, Tyrese just said Hitler is bad. This is crazy. We finally got him to say it on camera. This is crazy.
But also, he doesn't move me anyway.
But he doesn't need to move you. The point is, like, we don't know. We don't actually know what he can do. The one time, there's like, how many games? He started 10 games. He's averaging 27.5 and like 3 or something in those games. We don't actually know what he can do in minutes that are extended because this coach will never do it. So, like, you can have your opinion of him, and that's fine. I don't think it's absurd to think that he's not like more than just a good player. Like, he's fine, but like, we don't know. We can't. None of us can make the argument because we literally don't know. We've never had the opportunity to actually see it, and that's why trading him with the protected first for Jared Vanderbilt is fucking idiotic.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I'm not trading protected. Yeah. Like, he's the best player going on the deal.
Sadiq Bey. That's what Shane.
No, Sadiq Bey isn't good either.
But over Malik Beasley, because at least he offers more than just one-way fucking ticket to three-point shooting and turnovers. Yeah,
Sadiq Bey is Cam Reddish with a green stripe in his hair. Like, what are we doing, man?
Did you say Sadiq Bey is Cam Reddish?
He's Cam Reddish with like a Joker personality and green hair. Like, what are we doing? Sadiq Bey.
I don't even know if I'm going to entertain that.
Sadiq Bey is not
a better player.
Sadiq Bey is not good.
If
I wanted a low usage 55 true shooting wing, I would just put Cam Reddish.
Chris Persianen asks, "Why is the guy in the upper right corner always so angry?" Right. It's your mom's fault.
Say his name right. It should not be. It's
I did say his name.
I don't think you said his name right.
Persianen.
Yeah, it's Persianen.
No, I'm also German. I think this is Kreis Persianen.
Wow. German.
All right, Hartenstein.
No, the Obi thing is just stupid. It's just dumb. Like, there's no. This is like one of the reasons to fire Tibbs. 8th overall pick that you just don't have information about.
That's why we're going to trade him so that we don't have any more.
Yeah, it's just dumb. Like, what, we're going to trade him for Vanderbilt? What are we going to do with that? Like, Vanderbilt's going to like the entire point to get the biggest reason to get Vanderbilt is that he can play like small ball 5 next to Randall or something, right? And you're just never going to do that with Tibbs as your coach. So at the end of the day, like, the front office can do, like, you're so limited by a coach that doesn't view personnel as flexible. And so, like, what the fuck are you supposed to do with that? I don't know. I'm just really sick of, like, having to talk around how Tibbs sets up the team. Like, it's a fundamental part of the fucking issue. And people don't want to talk about it. Oh, well, like, you can't talk about it because Tibbs is limited. They don't have shooting. They don't have this thing. They don't have that. Fuck you. Like, what is coaching? Coaching is supposed to be about overcoming fucking issues that your roster has, deficiencies your roster has. Ty Lue doesn't have a backup center. What did he do? Did he fucking cry? Did he go piss his pants tonight? Did he go fucking, like, you know, like, no, he fucking.
I really can't attest to any of those things. That's not a fair question.
Yeah, you can. He stood on the fucking sideline the entire game. He didn't piss his pants. You know that. Like
I really don't. He was wearing black pants.
No, you know it. He didn't wear a diaper. You can trust me. I have sources.
Source myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, come on, like if you can't judge this guy until he has some perfect roster, this is actually part of the reason why I just want to trade for OG, because I can already see us like potentially in a playoff series against a team that has wings, and they'll be like, oh well, you didn't have a wing to defend XYZ play. He didn't have a wing to defend Jason Tatum. How could we judge him? That would be the new excuse. Because last year the excuse was, well, how can we expect him to hold 20-point leads? They don't have a point guard. I'm like, I mean, they do.
Yeah, I could not agree more with everything you're saying right now.
But like, a point guard.
There he is.
There's just every excuse in the book for this guy. Every fucking excuse in the book for this guy, from his pathetic legion of apologists who probably also donate to the fucking Police Benevolent Association and probably fucking vote for Trump and vote for every fucking scumbag Republican out there.
Oh my God.
That probably fucking would love to live in Staten Island. Just like pray that they live in Staten Island. Oh my God, I want to live in Staten Island. The Republican fucking what is it, like the stanchion, the Republican like this, fucking the one place Republicans in the Northeast can feel at home. Staten Island. Like,
people don't know this, but Tibbs' defensive style actually in part influenced Trump's original schematic.
He probably is influenced by Trump. Like Tibbs is the funniest guy because his entire thing is like, oh, I'm like this fucking tough guy, aggressive coach, and he plays the most cowardly, pathetic, reactionary style of basketball across the board. All his substitutions, all of his rotation decisions are based on what his opponent does. His entire defense is predicated on not conceding the rim. He basically plays prevent defense for 48 minutes a night. That's what he does. He's fucking Leslie Frazier. That's what he is. This fucking guy. Okay, like there's a reason why every time he goes in the playoffs,
there's the Bills reference.
Yeah, this defense might be fucking, and they have all the best metrics. Oh, they're top 3, they're top 5. Then he goes to the playoffs, he gets fucking fucked in the face by Nate McMillan.
Okay, that's a way to say
by
it.
Nate McMillan. Gets fucking face fucked by Nate McMillan. Like, give me a break. This guy is a fucking clown. His scheme is actually fine. It's his inability to adjust scheme in game and to opponents that's criminally atrocious. On top of the fact that his offense is like, all of his offenses is like a 1995 offense with modern spacing. That's it. There's nothing about this offense that is modern other than the spacing, the actions, the play designs, what the goals are. None of it. He's a fucking clown. Fuck him. And fuck anybody that continues to apologize for him or tries to make excuses for him or tries to pretend he's not part of the problem or tries to blame player. Fuck you. Fuck you. You deserve shit, and I hope you get shit, and I hope that somebody shits in your face.
Schwinn, he brought us back to the playoffs, man.
He's a fucking piece of shit.
The Garden is protected once again.
Restore the feeling.
Restore the feeling. Oh, man.
Yeah, we're protected. The Garden.
Kevin Stern says Tom Thibodeau is Osama reincarnated.
I actually heard Tibbs. I heard Tibbs was Colin Farrell's stunt double for the Batman.
All right, dude.
Hawkeye420 asked about the Discord. Is Discord fee a one-time thing, or I gotta pay monthly?
So my Cash App, and you can do
it. All right.
It is monthly. It's $6 a month for the Discord. It is worth it. Also,
think about this in text form at like 2 p.m. on a Tuesday afternoon. This is what Schwinn does.
There's never been a better $6 spent, unless it was on $9.
Yeah, and sometimes Tyrese chimes in. Sometimes James chimes in once a day with like 15 straight messages.
The most random.
Sometimes you get Doug in there.
Zach, we did address Clyde Frazier's comments earlier in the stream.
I said he was spitting.
Yeah,
of course you did, but yeah, we addressed them earlier.
You would know about that.
We stand with Clyde. You're gonna
sit
work.
You're standing with a senile old man.
You're standing with the fucking Canadian over our franchise go. By the way,
I stand with anybody versus you.
That's racist. That might be racist.
Let's be real. The only person on this stream that can be racist is Colin. We're all good. Me and Sam are good.
On that note, I had some thought.
On that note, let me be racist.
Yo.
Actually, I'm really glad you mentioned that
because I am racist.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
This podcast for tomorrow is gonna be awesome for people.
Couldn't help but notice Evan Fournier did not get any minutes tonight. That's all I'm saying.
On French.
On French Heritage Night, where Nick Batum put the nail in our coffin.
What kind of
Clyde was so happy to bring that up, by the way.
Like 12 times.
Clyde was like, "Oh, it's French Heritage Night," and Nick Batum made the shot. I'm like,
"Oh, folks,
Clyde, I get it, man.
French Heritage plus minus day."
I love Clyde, but man, this has been a rough season for Clyde so far.
No, it hasn't. He's been in peak form. What are you talking about?
I don't know if this is not peak Clyde, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, this is like peak dementia Clyde. I love
it. Dementia.
It just speaks to a lack of adjustment on Tibbs' end because we're getting cooked. We're getting cooked by a literal Frenchman, and he doesn't even play. The only French player on the team.
We have to cancel out the French with the French. Where the fuck is Frank? Get Frank.
Clyde mentioned him. Did you catch that, Schwinn?
Oh yeah, he mentioned it too. He's like, you remember we had used that Frank on the team?
Yeah, like, French National Heritage Day. Yeah, you remember Frank? We used to have him.
Gobert. Like, oh god.
All right.
So let me get. So Tibbs said.
Yeah, this is a good point. This is a good comment.
Yeah,
Kevin
Tibbs said in the post, or Sam, if you want to read it first, though.
Yeah. Kevin Stearns asked, "Is there any good reason why we didn't foul at the end of regulation when we were up 3 points? Why were we defending the paint?" I think that goes back to the team's overall style of play on defense is to naturally just guard the paint. That's what the head coach has wired into these players, and
Tibbs is a really normal guy. There's just one thing about him. He really likes his rim protected.
Yes.
He said after the game that they have to be more aware, and Brunson echoed the same sentiments, saying that he just went with his instinct. So it seems like they both.
That is fucking bullshit. That is fucking bullshit. You're the fucking head coach of the team. What do you mean? No, you got to be more. You're supposed to be fucking aware. You fat fuck. What the fuck? Jesus Christ! Like, oh my god, that is such an unreal.
He loves throwing.
Comment.
He loves throwing players under the bus. He did the same thing to Julius after the play where he set up the ISO for him down the stretch versus what was it, the Lakers? He was like, oh, he's got to make the right read in that situation. He has 3 options. Blah 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 blah. It's just like it's never his fault. It's always the players.
If he had literally just said, and I would have actually been okay with this response, if he just said, we just didn't have a chance to talk about it, because if you look at it, the game flow, right? I think Clipper, like the last possession before that, the Clippers miss a shot, Knicks get the ball, Brunson makes a shot, Clippers don't call a timeout.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had just said, we just didn't have a chance to talk about it, and it just is what it is, so we just played it out, I'd be fine with that. For him to put it on game awareness and shit, like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like,
he does that all the time. It's so annoying.
That's a shit show. Like, come on.
But I love it because Brunson echoed the same sentiment. So it's like now we're brainwashing.
Yeah, Brunson's just a good soldier. Brunson's a good soldier. He's not going to throw anybody under the bus.
He said it happened so fast. He's like, I just went with my instinct,
Yeah, I mean, look, at some point, if your team is never well prepared in clutch situations, it probably says something about you as a coach. But maybe he just needs, it's probably Leon Rose's fault that he didn't acquire, Michael Jordan and LeBron James and
technically Leon Rose did
Wilt Chamberlain and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Magic Johnson. If he had only acquired those 5 guys, then Tibbs would be a championship coach.
Not to say he didn't try.
Yeah, I mean, if he had just done it. You know what? The reason the Knicks lost tonight, on a night they scored 115 in regulation, is because they didn't trade for Donovan Mitchell. That's what happened. We should
still
probably
that,
kill ourselves that we didn't trade for Don.
What is it? Let me ask
and
you
Stefan Bondi. The big thing to remember is that the city just doesn't identify with this team for some reason.
Stefan Bondi is such a fucking clown show for that. He's such a joke.
So, but really, let me ask you guys a question, because with Sam and Tyrese here, we have kind of a think tank, and then Schwinn's he's here. But what is, like, why are we so momentum reliant? Like, that has to go back to coaching too, right?
We don't pass, we don't move, we don't
Because
do anything.
The offense is stagnant as hell.
As soon as we went to overtime, it was an L, because the only reason we got to the end of the game is because Tibbs didn't stop the fucking game.
But this is what he did in overtime: is they made an adjustment and he didn't adjust.
He just stood there.
Like it's like, I understand. I'm not. I want to be clear. I think there's what you're saying is there's value to that. Like there is like a moment there that is accurate. But part of the momentum is because he can't make adjustments. Like they went small to start the fourth quarter or the overtime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say it gets to 119, 115, then they get fouled. Randall's on the line. You have a chance right there, not even to call a timeout, but you can make a sub right there and adjust. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. And they stayed with Hartenstein on the floor. And go back and watch that fourth quarter. They had so much space to operate because they went 5 out. And the Knicks are clearly still playing like they're trying to figure out, should we play drop? Should we switch? They're all over the place. They get open shots. They're scrambling. So because the Knicks are scrambling, they can get an offensive rebound. Like, the shit is all tied together. Offense, defense. Like, this is not like, it pisses me off when people don't understand, like, there's a correlation between your defense being bad and your offense being bad, your offense being good and your defense being good. This is not football. These are not like separate possessions. They're all tied together. Game flow is tied together. And there's a reason why the Knicks are a terrible fourth quarter offensive team and a really good and a terrible fourth quarter defensive team. Like they're bad at both because they're bad at both. It's not like they're tied together. And that overtime shit is tied together. Your offense sucks, and then because your offense sucks, your defense sucks. Like these things are inherently tied together. They had like 2 live ball turnovers in overtime, right? Because they're trapping Brunson because he's got fucking Hartenstein spaced in the corner, and not a team in the fucking world. Cares. No one cares. Oh wow, Hartenstein's spaced in the corner. Cool. Like every now and then he might cut the exact right moment that Jalen Brunson will hit him for a dunk, like he did in the fourth quarter. But
or in overtime where he decided to dump it off to Julius Randle, which caused another turnover.
Yeah, but like 90% of the time, it's not going to happen. So you play those odds. Like Tibbs never plays the odds. Tibbs just plays how he thinks the game should be played, and that's it. There's no adjustment. There's no capacity for like, this is what this team is doing. You know, Tibbs is a guy who would fucking line up and like, you know, he would just play. He's a little bit like a Wink Martindale, where it's like, I'm gonna blitz no matter what, and it's like, well, what if he just didn't blitz right now? Have you ever thought about that? Like, have you ever thought about not blitzing right this minute? But like, that's what he is. He's never gonna change. He doesn't have that adaptability. That's part of him as a coach. There's good things about Tibbs as a coach. I think everything that's good about Tibbs as a coach, we've already extracted. And my frustration is because we still have him as a coach, and the talent we have, the roster we have, is so beyond his capacity to maximize and optimize and use to the fullest of his ability. And the fact that this team is a top 10 offense, despite his idiotic, moronic, despite his just like brain dead Neanderthal style of offensive coaching, is a testament to the talent we have.
Yeah, which makes it even more frustrating when people say that when we do lose these games, it's because of lack of talent. It's like, no, it's lack of coaching ability and all that other stuff that has to do with the margins. That's where we lose these games. We lose a bunch of these games. The reason why the Knicks are in every game, but we lose a whole bunch of them, is losing on the margins. And a lot of that comes down to coaching, which a lot of people still can't recognize to this day.
So today was a coaching loss.
Sort of, but also, I mean, if you don't play RJ in like certain points of this game, I think
there's no wrong answer.
More of those minutes. All right, We got the Sixers tomorrow on national TV. So the NBA just makes it out like every weekend is supposed to be a bad weekend for me heading into the week of work. Like I'm not just supposed to have a good weekend heading into work on Monday.
It has to make you appreciate your planning and your approach to teaching, though, probably, right?
I guess
having to watch Tibbs direct games.
I guess it just makes me more miserable heading into work the next day because I'm just like I had to do post game because the Knicks just fucking suck. But yeah, we'll be back.
Blown out. We're getting blown
out. Anyways, we'll be back tomorrow. After the Knicks play the Sixers. Hopefully
Knicks are gonna win tomorrow.
Wow, that's Schwinn's prediction.
Why would you say that out loud? God damn it! If he's gonna give us like 50, 14, and 5, why?
Are you taking Knicks money line tomorrow, Schwinn?
What's the money line? What's it at?
It's at 8.5.
That's not the money line, dumbass.
This is how you can get the Knicks money line. My cash app.
Let me check what the money line's at. They are at.
Let's see.
Oh, the spread changed.
It's plus 190.
What is it?
Plus 190. The spread. Spread is minus 5.5 for the Philly.
Plus 190 for the Knicks.
Plus 190.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, fuck it. This team.
We want to know exactly how much.
This team, I'm putting $5 million on it. I definitely have $5 million.
Mega whale.
Yeah, I'm Gordon Gekko out here.
No,
I think that this team never does anything that you think it should do. I think they should have I thought they should have lost tonight, but then they were in position to win, and then they ended up losing, and I feel like they have no reason to win tomorrow night, which I'm gonna assume means they win. So I'm taking them. It's fine. Knicks win. We got it. Next tape.
Right.
King Julius is gonna lead us to the promised land.
Okay. Sponsored by DraftKings. Code TBPN.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I didn't realize. Yeah.
Wow, JL. We're gonna leave this as the last comment of the night. He says, "Don't worry, folks. RJ will counter Embiid with a solid 14 points on 6 of 23 shooting."
Yeah,
really outshining Game 7 Drew Holiday with that extra field goal.
Well, hopefully RJ can, silence people like JL tomorrow and, actually put up a good performance on national TV. Feels like it's been a long time.
I don't think he deserves it.
Since we've seen any good performance by RJ on national TV. But we will be
at all. Miami doesn't count.
Miami does count, even though we lost. It does count last year.
Why doesn't that count? I don't know. All right, Ron, let's move on. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
I don't want to yell Tyrese anymore.
Yeah. So, anyways, check out everything Strickland related in the description. We got links to the site, merch, Patreon, and Twitter. All great ways to support us. We are also on Instagram at thestrick.land to get your Knicks fix over there if you are not on Twitter or any of social media sites. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Everyone have a good night. Enjoy your Sunday. And we'll see you tomorrow.